Precious metals. You've no doubt heard this term, in particular in reference to the metals and mining industry. But what does it mean for a metal to be called a precious metal, and which metals are included in this class? Well, precious metals are typically known for having high value. They are often used as currency or investment purposes, or potentially jewelry or other valuable objects. They may also have industrial uses, and in some cases the industrial uses are more than half of the use, but nonetheless they are considered precious because of their high dollar value per ounce and because of some of their special uses. Now, there are 8 metals that we typically classify as precious metals, and the first and foremost of these is gold. For whatever reason, gold has mystified people and attracted people for many generations throughout human history and around the world in different cultures independent of one another. Perhaps it's its luster, its corrosion resistance, and possibly other malleability that you can shape gold into coins and jewelry and other objects that has drawn people to gold and led people to consider gold to be precious. Now, gold is currently trading over $3,300 an ounce, hitting record highs in recent months. And according to the World Gold Council, in 2024, about 44% of the gold that was mined or used was used in jewelry. Technology uses accounted for about 7%. That's actually been declining slowly as a relative to the other uses. And about 25% is held by central banks or acquired by central banks. Central banks hold gold as part of their overall portfolio because gold just has this intrinsic value to people and has a value essentially as a currency and as a store of wealth. And thus, another quarter of the demand for gold in 2024 was for investment purposes. You have people acquiring gold coins and gold bars, holding those possibly in safe deposit boxes or in other safe places. And this is, again, considered a store of wealth. Second, we have silver. Silver is similar to gold. It's next to it in the periodic table. And it has a lot of characteristics that are similar to gold and, in fact, occurs quite often in the same places as gold. Silver has been considered precious also throughout human history. Coins were made of silver, dating from ancient history and up to modern times. As well, jewelry has been made of silver, and other high-value items, silverware and other precious objects. Silver is recently trading around $38 US per ounce, so the gold to silver price ratio is just under 90 to 1, which is relatively high historically. In the past, that was not quite such a large difference, at times closer to 70 to 1, more of an average over time. Now, for silver, over half is still used today for industrial purposes. Silver is a very good conductor of electricity, one of the best metals as far as electrical conductors, and is used quite a bit in the electronics industry. In fact, solar panels use a lot of silver. Meanwhile, investment demand is about 18% of silver, and jewelry around 17% in recent times. Photography used to be a much more prominent use for silver, as photographic film contains silver. However, with the rise of digital cameras, obviously that's made up a smaller and smaller portion of the demand for silver. The remaining 6 metals that are classified as precious metals are all part of the same group. This group is called the platinum group metals, PGMs, or platinum group elements, PGEs. This obviously includes platinum. Platinum's recently trading around $1,300 US per ounce. Platinum's been considered valuable through human history, perhaps not used as much as gold or silver in the past, just as platinum was more difficult to extract in ancient times. They may not have had the ability to separate out some of these metals. But today it is used some for coinage, for collectors, and for investment purposes. But still, a larger percentage is used for industrial purposes, and in particular for automobiles, for catalytic converters. Platinum and the other platinum group metals have some particular characteristics that make them good catalysts for some chemical reactions, including helping reduce some of the NOx emissions from vehicles. Palladium is the second of the platinum group metals. Palladium's trading just over $1,100 an ounce as of this recording. And that's even more used for automobiles. About 80 to 85% is used for automotive industry, in particular catalytic converters, as it has similar characteristics as a catalyst to platinum. The others include rhodium, ruthenium, iridium, and osmium. These are more rare. You don't hear about them very often. I will point out that rhodium is actually used for to plate white gold. White gold jewelry will have a little bit of, it's not really that it's corroding, but it'll have a little bit of, not very bright white color to it over time. And if you put a fine, thin coating of rhodium, it keeps a shiny, white metallic luster longer. Now, those are the 8 metals that are classified as precious metals now. Over time, there have been other metals that were considered precious metals at the time that they were used. One example was aluminum. Aluminum was considered a precious metal until the late 1800s, when mass production methods for aluminum, the ability to extract and produce aluminum metal, became more readily available. One little point of trivia is that the cap on the Washington Monument in Washington, D.C., is made out of aluminum, and that was made in the 1880s, and that was considered quite precious at that time. So, in review, precious metals. They are metals that are considered precious by people because of some of their characteristics. Perhaps it's the shiny luster is very appealing, and the fact that they're relatively rare, and that's led to them having high prices, high value per ounce. And, they are used quite often as a store of wealth, which makes them unique in the metals space. Not many other metals are held in bars for investment purposes and for long-term storage of wealth. If you enjoyed this video and the content about precious metals, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or any topics of interest in the metals and mining space, please leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you.